to do whatever it is that must be done in her particular case. But let nobody say that Mr. Ofori Atta should be treated specially because he has concerns about how he will be treated. As far as I know, Ghana is not a banana republic. We don't throw people into jail without real cause to due process. And indeed, as I had cause to say last week, there was a gentleman, Gregory Afoko, who under the government that Ken-Ofori Atta served in, had been granted bail by a court, yet he was kept in custody for several years. I think in total he was in custody for 10 years, despite having been granted bail by a court. He is human, is he not? Mr. Ofori Atta says he's not feeling well, and I empathize fully with him. But under him, I mentioned that forcing case to you. The second accused, Dr. Sylvester Animana, he used to be the chief director of the health ministry. He had severe kidney failure. He had hearing impairment. He had visual impairment. He could not walk, so he was in a wheelchair. Every time the case was called, he came from his house around Ashoman to the court on the high street and sat down for hours for the case to be heard. If somebody who suffered these severe ailments was put before trial by the government that Ken-Ofori Atta was part of, why is he seeking special treatment? Is he more human than Dr. Sylvester Animana? And what will be done to him? Why? So the moment he comes here, we will throw him into jail without taking him to court, or is that what he is suggesting? That is not what will happen. What will happen is that he will be arrested, he will be interrogated like everybody. If they find that there is basis, he will be charged and taken to court. And mind you, it is a special prosecutor who is pursuing Ken-Ofori Atta. The special prosecutor has only enlisted the help of government for because the extradition process has to be done by the Attorney General. That's all. And the special prosecutor was appointed by Ken-Ofori Atta's president, President Akufo-Addo, not President Mahama. So on what basis is he expressing fear about the appointee of his own cousin?
If the extradition process goes through just for purpose of learning, and then he is extradited back to Ghana, the Attorney General then just hands him over to
the authorities will hand him over to the special prosecutor. And the special prosecutor is mandated by law to prosecute people. He is prosecuting some people, is he not? In fact, even President Mahama, when he left office, was a subject of investigation by the special prosecutor. The special prosecutor actually invited him for questioning, and he obliged. So if a former president, in fact, President Rawlings, when he left office in 2001, for giving the famous boom speech, was invited by the BNI for questioning, he subjected himself to that process. So if former presidents can subject themselves to investigative processes, why is a former finance minister seeking to exalt himself above the laws of Ghana and citing all these untenable excuses to evade justice?
If you look at the immigration laws and extradition processes as well can be so detailed.
Yes.
From where you sit,
absolutely.
Does it look like Ken-Ofori Atta will definitely come to Ghana?
Well, if indeed, at least the special prosecutor who has slapped charges on him has told the Attorney General that he has cause to require Ken-Ofori Atta's presence in Ghana, and therefore the Attorney General should begin the extradition process. The Attorney General requested details of the case to satisfy himself that there is basis to do so, because even the U.S. authorities would request details to satisfy themselves that there is basis to do so. Indeed, you may have read that the judge hearing Ken-Ofori Atta's case now requested for evidence of the extradition request. And that will come with detailed documentation on what the issues are and why he is wanted. If he finds it meritorious, he will ask that they bring him to Ghana. And when he comes, he will go through the same process that everybody else has gone through when they have been accused of wrongdoing.
Back in Ghana,